All right, looks like we are ready to rock and roll, and we have a pretty good chunk of people here. So let me get started. As mentioned, I am Kevin Weitz with Outhouse, host of the Homebuilder Digital Marketing Podcast. And on today's webinar, we have a very special guest. And this is a long list. But we have Al Trellis of VTM. He is not only an Army vet, but he has 25 years experience as a custom home builder. He's the co-founder of the Home Builders Network. 6 of his clients have been awarded America's Best Builder through the NAHB. He's the author of many books, including many books in residential construction, including his most recent book, Building with Attitude. He chaired the Custom Builder Symposium 5 years, in addition to being an active member. And in addition to having hundreds of articles and contributions, he's also a very well-respected speaker with the NAHB and has been a keynote speaker at the International Builder Show. In addition to that, in addition to speaking, he's also been a speaker, writer, and consultant for over 35 years, and been partners with his business partner for 50 years, Bill Watkins. Anyway, so without further ado, let me just introduce Al Trellis. Al.
Thanks, Kevin. So I don't know if any of you know me or have ever heard of me. I've been doing this a long time. This is my 50th year in home building. And we started about 10 years ago, I'd have to ask my son, Brad, this program called Values That Matter. And what Values That Matter is, it's an exclusive home plan collection for small and mid-sized builders. So we wanted to tell you a little bit about the program today, how it works, and give you some examples of the houses in it. So these happen to be renderings from 2 of the houses in our collection. Next slide, please. So the key points, we have over 60, I think there's 67 federally copyrighted plans currently available in the collection. Each of them has at least 3 elevations. We add between 5 and 8 plans every year. We currently have 32 builder members in the organization. We're currently working on interactive floor plans with Outhouse. 23 are complete. Eventually we'll have all of them as interactive floor plans where the people can go online and click on the different options in the plan. The way the plan works is you join and you are the exclusive builder for that county, and you can get multiple counties. We believe strongly that exclusivity is a big factor in the marketplace today. The marketplace is cluttered. We know that competition is high. And I think to just buy a plan, be able to build it, and then if someone else sees you're having success with it, be able to buy and build the same plan, that's not my vision of barriers to entry. My vision from a competitive point of view, when we work with our consulting clients, is to basically try to create as many obstacles to people doing what you do as possible. So the exclusivity feature, we think, is a very valuable part of the plan. There's a one-time usage fee per plan. Every time you use a plan, you pay $425 for that plan, and then you can use that plan as many times as you want with no additional fee. There is access to the other builders who utilize the plan. Many of our builders in the Values That Matter program trade plans, work on plans together. We're working on a plan with Outhouse to create master sets, which you'll be able to buy. At the moment, what you get when you buy a plan is you get the concept plan and you get a preliminary construction drawing as a sort of a starting point, which you could build from, but it's really pretty bare bones plan. And finally, you get reduced costs with additional marketing services from our partner at Group 2 Marketing, Molly Elkman. Excuse me, Molly Elkman. So next slide, please. The way the plans are organized, they're divided into 3 categories. We have 1-story plan, master down plans, which can be 1.5 or 2-story, and master up plans. And when you see the plan designation number, the first number is the width, and the second number is the approximate square footage. We currently have members in all of these states. If you wanted to join in a county that was already taken, we'll ask that person if they like to share the membership with you. If they say no, then unfortunately you wouldn't be able to join for that county. And we also have members in Canada in both Ontario and British Columbia. So this is an example of one of our best-selling plans. This is a plan called 50-2695. That happens to be what we call our traditional and our Euro elevation. There's two real-world examples of the houses. We believe, we're not sure of the exact numbers because we don't force our builders to tell us, but we believe close to 1,000 VTM houses have been built already. The builders, most of the builders in the program build between 20 and 100 houses a year. We have a few that are 200 house a year builders. I have a few that are 40, 50, 60 house a year builders. The house on the left was built by Pete Belmonte in New York State. It actually won the Parade of Homes. And the one on the right, that version was built by Ray Snosnik in Pennsylvania outside of Pittsburgh. Next slide, please. That's the floor plan of the plan you just saw. It's a first floor master. It has upstairs, it has 3 bedrooms and a game room. There's also an optional layout for more bedrooms upstairs. And there are some other options available on the plan. Next slide, please. So this is an example. This plan has been made into an interactive floor plan. And this is what it would look like when you clicked on it interactively. Brad's going to activate the interactive feature now. You'll be able to see it, allegedly. Here it comes. And so there's the base plan. Over on the right are the options. Brad just clicked on the extended master bedroom suite. Now he's going to click on the 5-piece bath, which you can see there. And there you can put the ceiling in the owner's suite, Brad. Again, we've worked up a bunch of standard options for all of these plans that you can select. There's a fireplace. You can go from a regular kitchen with a range to an oven kitchen with a gourmet. So all of these things are predetermined, and you have access to this when you're in the program if you wanted to use it to either market it on your web, or if you wanted to market it to people as they come to your office. And I'll explain how that works in a minute. So here's another plan in the collection. This is a ranch of 50-1756, a very efficient ranch with multiple options. If you look at the floor plan, it's basically a 3-bedroom ranch, about 1,750 feet, but it can be, we can substitute a den for a bedroom. We can substitute a dining room. It's got quite a bit of flexibility, an optional 3rd-car garage. Here's an interesting plan that we did about a year ago. A couple of our clients asked us if we had anything going onto hillsides with a garage under. We designed this house. I really thought it came out great. So that's our farm elevation. That's a Craftsman on the right. If you look at the floor plan, the plan is basically 3 bedrooms and a den. And the 2,085 feet includes about 400 feet downstairs in that rec room. So really the ranch version, the upper version, we've got 3 bedrooms and a den and about 1,650 feet. It has a nice large eating area, family room, a nice master suite. And then if you want, we also have another version of the plan for those that want more of a master suite and fewer rooms. This takes away one of the bedrooms. Now you've got 2 bedrooms and a den up, bigger closet, bigger bathroom, bigger 2nd bedroom. The rest of the house pretty much stays the same. And then, Brad, if you go to the next slide, here's an alternate basement where we convert that family room downstairs, that rec room, into a bedroom and a bath. And then if you wanted to go into the hillside, you could have a rec room behind it. So the plan is very, very flexible. Could be as many as 4 bedrooms in a den, 3 bedrooms in a den, could have 2 bedrooms in a den plus an extra rec room. A lot of different ways to use the plan. Next slide, please. Here's some other real world examples. That's a 44-2793 on the left, and that's a 40-foot wide, 2,120 foot on the right. That plan's been built by at least 4 different builders that I know of, and it also won an award for a parade of homes in New York. Next. On the left, that's a very popular plan, a 50-2410, has a lot of different interesting elevations. And the plan on the right, the 40-1950, has been built by quite a few builders. Some of our builders, that plan on the right has actually been blended with other plans and turned into a duplex. Our builder in Pennsylvania, Ray Snosnik out of Pittsburgh, has a very successful duplex project, which is a duplex of a VTM 40-foot ranch attached to a VTM 40-foot master bedroom down 2-story. We've sold, I think, 25 of them in the last year. Next slide, please. So some testimonials, creative cutting edge plans, perfect for interaction with potential clients or creating a neighborhood offering. That's from Pete Belmonte in New York. Ray Snosnik, we've sold over 13 different plans to prospective clients using the collection as our private plan portfolio. And by the way, he lives in a VTM plan. He lives in that 50-2695. And Kevin McNulty from Richmond, I was talking to him this morning. He was telling me, I said, I want you to give me a quote. He said, well, how about I just looked up our #1 and #2 best-selling plans so far this year are both VTM plans. So our builders are very happy with the plans. I point out Ray, go back a second, Brad. I point out Ray is a semi-custom builder. And what he does, he basically, when people come in, he has on his screen, he shows them the different plans based on what they're thinking about. He's bought more different plans than anyone in the collection. We have another builder in Virginia, Alan West from Westbrook Homes, who also has built like 13 or 14 different plans. He also uses the portfolio as a tool for potential clients to see what's available. Next slide, please. So what does it cost to be in the program? There's an initial membership fee, which includes the first year membership of $37.50, including 1 county of exclusivity and your first plan free. We're offering a special membership of $3,000 for Outhouse customers. Number 2, every year there's an annual fee of $9.95 to stay in the program. And then if you want extra counties, they cost $795 initially and $295 on the renewal fee. And we have, I think, maybe 6 or 8 of our clients have more than 1 county. I know one has 3 or 4. Many of them have, of the multiple counties, they have 2. They just build in more than 1 county. So let's see, next slide. I think the next slide says any questions. So if anybody has any questions, Kevin, if you have any questions, this would be a great time for it.
We actually do have a few. One in particular that I kind of thought was interesting was that can you help with plan curation? I.e., if I'm a newer builder that maybe wants some help with curating a series of plans for a community build.
Yeah, so my partner and I, we think we're pretty good at that. We've done it a lot. A minor curation, you want us to help you. If you're a VTM member, you want to put a lineup together for a neighborhood. We talk about the lot widths. We do that for you. That's just a service we offer. If you wanted a serious curation where you want to blend some of your existing plans, some VTM plans, some plans from other sources, we have a whole program that we do. We do that on a consulting basis. We typically charge between $1,500 and $4,000, depending on the scope of the project, if there's multiple lot widths. I'm a big believer in multiple lot widths in the same neighborhood. So, and that would include some consulting to help you sort of gear it up and figure it out. A couple of iterations where we work our way through, we try certain plans. We just did one with Ray Snosnik for a new single family neighborhood that has 3 different lot sizes. And so there we talk about how we allow certain plans from the smaller lot to be built on the bigger lot if it's got a 3-car garage. I mean, it's a fairly curating a collection and a lineup is pretty interesting. I have an article that I wrote about what makes a great lineup. And if anybody would like it, I don't know how they would contact us, Kevin, but we'd be glad to send that article to anybody who'd like to read it. But we have 2 of them. One's called What Makes a Great Plan, and one's called What Makes a Great Plan Lineup. And as an aside, 5 great plans together don't automatically make a great lineup. A great lineup is not about 5 great plans. A great lineup is about how the plans fit together to capture the greatest number of customers that's possible. That's what makes a great lineup.
Hey, Al, speaking of fitting together, out of Utah, we have a question. Number one, do you have any plans that fit 35 wide, so narrower lots? And two, do you have any townhouse plans in the mix currently?
So 2 great questions. Is that a 35-foot lot or a 35-foot building envelope?
We're gonna have to get a follow-up answer because I don't see that. There we go.
Wayne, sure.
No answer.
Well, while the Utah, and by the way, I'm fortunate enough to have been to every state, so I know Utah. I've been to Utah many times, so I know it pretty well. Yeah, we have the narrowest plans that we have in the collection at the moment are 30-foot plans. We have several 30-foot plans, and I have some more coming.
Yep. 35 wide on 45 lots.
Oh, so yeah, we have some 32s. I have a beautiful 32-foot master up, which would probably be, if you're around the Salt Lake area, families in Utah tend to run large, and so bedroom count is a big deal in the Utah market. We've got a killer little 32-foot. I've got a 36 that we might be able to cut down. Plan that's really terrific. I've got a 32-foot ranch, a 30-foot master down, a 30-foot master up, and a 32-foot master up.
I've had a few people actually hit me with this one on my personal chat now, but people are asking, can they review plans gratis to decide whether they want to join or not?
Yeah, so the way it works is the plans are, you have to have a password to see the plans and to get into the member portion of the site. So yes, if you would like a temporary password, you have to sign, you have to tell us, you have to swear that you're not going to steal the plans. But once we know your name, we know you're not going to steal the plans because you don't want to deal with me that way. So we'll send you a temporary password. You can look at the plans and decide, and we can also refer you to some of the builders that you can talk to, and if you'd like. Yes, sure. Obviously, if you want to test drive the car, we're certainly willing to understand that.
And Peter Cat, I see that you want the articles. I did jot down your email, and we will send you those articles. We'll get Brad to send those over to you. Yeah. Another question, and this is just actually more of a comment there, and I just kind of, and not to take away from VTM and more, putting focus on Outhouse, but Outhouse is really proud to partner up with VTM, and in addition to just having access to design schematics, just do a floor plan elevation that you can get on umpteen different websites out there, but with no exclusivity. And they're also not proven plans. These are all proven plans being built. I mean, they've built thousands of homes using VTM plans. But with our partnership, we're actually doing full master set development of these plans. So they're being pre-drafted, pre-engineered. So your rollout isn't having to determine what my next steps are and how am I going to pound my head with a hammer. You could actually utilize the full construction document sets directly from VTM, and as well as that, get all the marketing collateral that can come with it. Not only marketing campaigns from Group 2, but also renderings and interactive floor plans and virtual tours and printed collateral, all from Outhouse. So.
Yeah, and let me add, Kevin, our partnership with Outhouse is only maybe 6 months old now. But as we draw the plans, several of our builders have created master sets, and our goal eventually is, if you're willing to contribute a master set, you'll be able to buy other master sets at a reduced price, less than it would cost you to develop a full master set of your own. And then the master sets can be made into plan specifics for a particular buyer, a particular lot, at a very reasonable price by Outhouse. And so you can use the master set and say, I want this option, that option, this, all of which are pre-drawn to make a plan specific set for a lot. So I think in the long run, we have a pretty big vision of where we'd like to go with the program. And the first step for me is I'd like to get more builders in it, because I'm not sure everybody really understands it. Marketing it hasn't been a high priority for me. I'm more interested in developing interesting plans, and many of the original builders are members of our consulting group. And so, but I'd like to get some non-consulting clients to be members of VT.
And you currently have about 36 clients, right? And they've built, from my notes, 3,000 homes a year, or
About, yeah, our clients build about 3,000 houses a year. We don't work for any nationals. Our largest client builds 500 houses a year. Our smallest client builds about 12 or 15. Most of my clients build between 40 and 100 or 200.
we have a question from Peter. He's asking, how well do you integrate with Builder Trend?
About 6 of our clients use Builder Trend. I mean, from an integration point of view, he'd have to help me understand exactly what he means about integrating with Builder Trend.
Yeah, and honestly, there's any plan can be integrated into a Builder Trend, once you have the CAD files. The big difference is that a lot of the ERP systems that are out there don't play nicely with outside integration. That's changing, and it is changing for the better. But Builder Trend is one of those that does not like to utilize outside input. But yes, once you have the CAD files, you can integrate those well with Builder Trend very easily.
For those who don't know what an ERP is, Kevin, explain it to them.
Oh, an enterprise resource. Yeah, and it's for enterprise resource. Basically, what it allows you to do is it allows you to manage all aspects of the build. It allows you to manage your materials costs, labor costs, all of the different moving pieces into one integration that allows you to more accurately price and job cost your work.
I see a question, how many plans are available in total? I think there's 62 or 63, and then if many of them have variants, so depending on how you want to count, somewhere between 60 and 80. And like I said, we try to add between 5 and 7 a year. Sometimes I'll even tell a new member, when you first come in, tell me what you like. I'll make that the next plan we develop if I feel like it's something that more than one person would like. That's how several of our plans were created. New members said, do you have this? I said, no, but if you join, I'll make one for you.
And another interesting point off of that is that when you're talking about the sharing of plans, there is an incentive to come to the table with, your quality, product. Like in Wayne's case, they do a lot of, multi-story townhouses, a lot of small lot builds, and that actually probably would be a good integration with VTM.
So by the way, someone had asked about townhouses. I didn't answer that question. My partner and I have worked extensively on townhouses. I think we know townhouses really, really well. They're not in the VTM collection. It's something we've talked about adding, but I have both garage front and garage rear, both 2-story and 3-story plans that we own that we can help you with. And some of them are really, really good. So I'm also a big believer of mixed with townhouses. Not everybody gets that. Most people tend to make their townhouses all the same width. Whoever asked the townhouse question, I'd love to talk with you about it, but I'm a huge believer. In fact, I'm doing one right now for somebody, a combination of duplexes and triplexes in Canada. They're ranches. And he wanted me to make all one width, and I refused. And I'm making 2 widths because I can use the land more efficiently. So he can build duplexes or triplex. It's a complicated deal, but basically I've got a 28-foot wide and a 33-foot wide product that can go together, 33 and 33, 28 and 28, or the 2 33s on the end with the 28 in the middle. And that we had to do it that way to take advantage of certain land planning that had already been done. But great product is one of the keys to a successful business, of any business. There's a great quote from Firestone, the tire guy, who said basically, all sales start on the factory floor. What did he mean by that? If you build something well in the factory, it's easier to sell. And if it's a piece of junk, it's harder to sell. And so we're a big believer in product. We're product guys. So when I write extensively about home building, and I've spoken at the last 10 NHB IBS shows and given master sessions, I like to talk about the functions of a home building company. There are basically 15 functions into a home building company. One of them is product development. Okay. We consider ourselves to be experts on that. One of them is land acquisition and land use. We consider ourselves to be very, very good at that. Sales, we understand it, we'll help you, but basically I tell you, go get a sales coach. You know, marketing, we understand it, we help you. Let me give you the name of Molly Elkman, talk to her about marketing. But, you know, so accounting, finance, we understand all those things, and we advise our clients on all those things. But where we're strongest is in systems, product, land use, integration of land and product. These are the things that are really important. Do we provide material takeoffs? No, but I found someone who's willing to do it for me, and we're going to probably try one to see if we like it. I got a sample of his work. It looked pretty good. So
Yeah, we have some referrals on that as well.
Yeah.
On the takeoffs.
Okay.
I guess last but not least is Al. There are some people that are asking how to get in touch with you. How would somebody want to get in touch with Al?
So our website is called Home Builders Network. It's hbnnet.com. If you were in the Army, we would say Hotel Bravo November, November Echo Tango.com.
And for Wayne, I'm going to send you Al's direct email so you guys can have a chat about townhouses.
Okay, perfect.
Any other last questions? All righty. Well, Al, thank you for your time today. We really appreciate you, and being a fellow vet myself, thank you for your service as well. Thank you to all of our attendees today. If you have any questions, like I said, you can email me at kevinw@outhouse.net, or you can go to hbnnet.com to ask Al some questions. Thank you again for showing up. We appreciate you and your time and the time you've given us today, and hopefully it got you some information to get you interested in VTM.
Thanks for the opportunity, Kevin.
Thank you, sir.